afternoon. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to our live today. It's March and it's International Women Month. Right, so today we will be introducing and highlighting all of the inspirational IGL mentors that are in the industry today. Right. We are having a very special day today, and we have a very special guest. We will be rediscovering one of our first installer-inspired formulas, Ecoclean Gluoff. Gluoff is one of the best adhesive removers in the industry. It removes adhesives, tint, glass stickers, and everything in between. It's amazing. Launched in 2019 by Bernice herself, it is a great hit as it saved up to 90% of detailers' time, freeing it up for more important things or additional business, saving you and creating you more money. Right, so today we are blessed to have someone so amazing as Bernice to join us today. Right, so hi Bernice. Hi. We are simply amazed by your great and inspirational story, Bernice. It shows us like how anybody can actually achieve their dreams if they go for it.
One of the engineers at a manufacturer company, a window tint manufacturer company, saying, no, there's nothing that removes glue for tint, and I don't think anybody will ever create that. That gave me an idea, and I said, before I die, I will create it. Had no idea that I actually would make it happen.
Well, defying the odds, you are, before you die, created it. That is super awesome. Right, so, hold on. I know that everybody around the world may not be truly appreciative or they haven't heard about Gluoff, because when we launched in 2019, it was mostly in North America. Since then, we have actually exploded all over the world. We have Finland, we have Brazil, and they are all interested to know more about Gluoff and of course your inspirational journey. Could you share with us what was your journey in creating Gluoff?
Well, I think it was just pressure. I work well under pressure, and one night, I normally work long. Well, I'm doing better this year because I was a promise to myself that now that Gluoff is here, that I could relax a little bit. So I was working on a car, and it was for one of the NFL players here for the Cardinals. And he said, Bernice, I bought a car for my wife, and I need paint protection film. I need ceramic to replace. And I'm like, okay, well, I will see you at the end of the week, and we'll get that taken care of. He's like, oh, no. He goes, I need it tomorrow morning. I'm like, what? No. You can't do that. And he's like, well, that's what I need. If not, I need to find somebody who can do that for me. And I said, no, I'm your girl. I will get it done. So I called all my employees in, and I called 2 extra people that were friends, and we got it done, and major things got done. And then at 3:30 in the morning, I thought, okay, let me finish up the tint. And I had told my employees, don't touch to do that because I want it to be perfect. Well, it was late. It's 3:30 in the morning. The car's due at 8:30 in the morning, and I had 5 hours to get that handled. And there was no sun, which is what I normally use, sun with a black trash bag. And I thought, oh my, what am I going to do? And I started to cry. And I called Danny, and I'm like, Danny Chong, what do I do? And he's like, oh, you'll figure it out. And I'm like, no, Danny, I really need you. You got to have some sort of secret. Danny has all the secrets, by the way. And he didn't, and I was stuck. And I was talking to Danny on Facebook, and I was very, very upset with myself. And I thought, well, that's what you get for being so controlling in your shop. And I thought, no, I'm not going to lose. You beat the odds. You've always beat the odds, Bernice. Why not now? So I thought, I got all my detailing products, and I'm not a scientist, and I'm lucky that I'm alive today and that I didn't start any fires and I didn't inhale anything that's bad for me. And I made 5 different potions, and I thought, okay, God, and I prayed, and I prayed really hard. I said, I know that this is going to happen today, and I'm going to beat the odds one more time in my life before I die. So I mixed up several, and I tried the first one, and no, it didn't work. I tried the second one, and maybe a little bit. And then 4 and 5 kind of worked a little bit too. So I thought, okay, so let me move some product around. And then I came up with 2 really good products, and I thought, which one's better? So I cleaned up a couple more sections, and I found, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And it was a 4 items that I mixed together. And I was like, no, this is not. He told me that I could never come up with something that would take off the glue for tint. This is not happening. And I thought, okay, just calm down, Bernice. And I started crying. And I called Danny. He goes like, Danny, guess what happened? And then I think he called your husband. And then I think we got on text or something, or messenger. And I was just super excited. And before you know it, it's 8:30. But what normally takes me in the sun, sometimes it comes off in 10 minutes. But if the glue stays behind, there's nothing I can do. And I got to take it off by hand. So if I'm going to take it off by hand, it'll take me anywhere between 2 hours and sometimes even 2 days. With the Gluoff, it took me 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You know how much time that saves me? And I was just super amazed. And I'm very, very grateful that you guys joined in my journey and said yes. You have no idea how much that means to me.
You created something super awesome. It helps and creates a better life for detailers all over around the world, especially for tint experts. You know, when PPF removals are taking 2 days and it's now only 20 minutes, like, that's amazing, yes. Right? So we know it has been a very exciting journey, and you have been having a lot of trainings and classes, teaching so many people around the world about Gluoff. But what was your most memorable comments, or that you've received, or inspirational stories about how Gluoff has changed their lives?
It was well, actually, there's a couple. One was a young man in Florida, and he was struggling, and he's like, I don't even know what. Okay, try Gluoff. He bought it, and then he ended up buying two 5-liter bottles, and it says, this is perfect. I didn't know how I was going to take this adhesive off the wall, because he had to do a whole wall. I don't know how long the wall was, but it worked, and he was super excited. And one video that everybody was looking at, and the gentleman is cussing, and he's in the back of a car taking it off. I love that video. You know, that I could make somebody that happy to enjoy their job more.
Right. Even when we moved to our new premises, and we had like leftover tint, like really bad, like half peeling and grayish tint, and Gluoff really saved the day. Like, we were like, oh, this is not gonna work if you're gonna tear it out. And we were like, oh, we have Gluoff. So then we were like, spring, leave it on, scrape it off a bit, and we were like, it's done, it's clean. And then we told boss, like, we don't have to take half a day. Then he's like, yeah, complete, do more work. I'm just kidding. I'm pulling.
Good.
Right. Okay, that was amazing, right? But right now we will have Bernice to share with us about how Gluoff works through her demonstrations. Nobody else better to do it than Bernice, right? And I know that you did some videos for us, and we're going to share it right now.
Okay. Hi IGL fans, my name is Bernice Berry. I am out here in Chandler, Arizona. My company is Pure Luxury Tint and Detailing Services. I wanted to introduce to you guys Gluoff. Gluoff is a product I created, and reason being is 32 years of window tinting. My biggest issue is removing tint. Not a very fun job, takes a long time, and nobody has fun doing it. So IGL has been absolutely wonderful in creating the product for me, as well as bottling, distributing all over the world. And I am here today to introduce to you Gluoff and do some demonstrations for you. Anyhow, obviously we're going to need Gluoff. Gluoff is going to be amazing. This will be any tinter's best friend. Our next product that we're going to need is Glass Plus. It's an Ecoclean product, also by IGL. Always make sure you have this one on hand when you're using Gluoff. When you want to get your slate clean and start all over again, soapy water. You can use Johnson's Baby Shampoo or Dawn soap. Both products are good for the soapy water product. Make sure you have a brand new blade, and a blade holder makes things easy for you when you're removing tint. Make sure you have extra towels so you can clean up all that mess that you're about ready to make. So I found this at a hardware store, and it's sticky, so it'll stick to your door. And this is really nice because the plastic spreads out all through the door. I like to take precautions with this in case this gets too wet. This will hold on to the door for you. So here we go. We're going to lay this on our door and tape it. And I already pulled this plastic out, so you'll see all of this is going to lay on my door to protect my customers' items here. All right, let me roll up this window, and we're going to begin our demonstration. As you can tell, this window tint is a little bit old. It's a little bit dark up here, and obviously it's very faded here. So the customer requested us to remove and replace with new tint. So I'm going to start off with my razor blade, and I'm going to pull all the window tint down and just let it hang over the plastic. Try to keep your area clean so your customers don't fuss too much at you. Well, it looks like this one is just coming off. Yikes. Okay, so I didn't have too much adhesive left. It's mostly here at the edge. When you spray the glue off, you're going to count to 10, and then you'll see the bubbles begin to disappear. And then you can start using your razor blade. You don't need very much. You can see these bubbles. Now they're getting kind of milky. And as I'm mentally counting to 10, okay, so I think it's ready to go. You can see how easy that was. And it's kind of just like mucus. And you hardly need any effort to take this off, but Gluoff kind of makes it rubbery, and it keeps it all together, and no longer is another reason why I love this product. Okay, so we did an oopsie. It turned white. Why did it turn white? It turned white because I left it too long. So try not to take breaks while you're using Gluoff, okay? So like I said earlier, Gluoff is a product that's going to help you, but it can also hurt you. Now the glass is going to stay white, so we need to clean that off with our Glass Plus. Okay, so you don't have Glass Plus, just always your backup, soapy water. Okay, so let's use our Glass Plus to take off the whiteness.
Okay, now all the white is gone again. I want a fresh start, so I'm going to clean it with glass cleaner. I'm sorry, soapy water. And now our glass is back to its original. And look at how super clean that came out. So one question people who are interested in Gluoff have asked me is, how long will Gluoff last? How many cars can you do with a 500 ml? On average, I can do probably 5, maybe 6 cars with one bottle. And you don't need very much. One spray. That's all you need, guys. Don't go crazy on it. And less is more. It's not really for removing tint. People think, oh, I can just remove tint if I use Gluoff. No, Gluoff is specifically used for adhesive, not for removing tint. It is used for removing adhesive on the glass. Another question I get asked is, what if it turns white and I don't have anything? Just mix up a bottle of soapy water. Always have glass cleaner. Please don't leave yourself shorthanded. Glass Plus is an amazing product, and this is going to get the white out in no time. Okay, so I'm just going to continue cleaning this glass with my Glass Plus and my Gluoff. Another question that people usually ask is going to be, does it work for other adhesives? Well, I've used it on paint protection films, on vinyl wraps, on badge removal from the cars, as well as stickers. I'm going to say about 60 to 75% of the time, Gluoff works nicely. So you can experiment. I use it quite often. I try to use it as often as possible. Even one time I tried to clean bugs off the front of a car. It worked. It was super amazing. So I just like to try it on different things, and it works really nicely. So I think you can use it for anything that's pretty much sticky. I've used it for gum in the carpet. I've used it for Crayolas that were melted in the car when I was detailing. Other questions like, is it environmental friendly? Absolutely it is. That is the foundation of IGL ceramic coatings. So yes, it is a environmentally safe product. It comes in 3 different sizes. One is going to be my 100 ml. Okay. My next size is going to be a 500 ml, which is the one that we were using today. And for you guys who do a lot of tint and a lot of sticky stuff removal, we have the 5 liter. If you're interested in buying any of these products, look into IGL ceramic coatings.
That was an amazing video. Thank you so much, Bernice, for sharing with us all the tips and the professional secrets that you hold, right? So I know that you do trainings, right? So for anyone who wants to have a proper training on how to remove PPFs, to put on PPFs, and to use Gluoff, how can they actually learn more?
3 years now. I've got 32 years experience with cars, but I've been putting PPF for quite some time now. My next coming up March 25th through the, and lunch is provided and tools are provided, and you get to take the tools home with you so that you don't have a lapse in installing. But final wrap trainings, and that's what will be at the next class. And every month it just kind of switches out according to the need. People call me and ask, hey, when is your next class? And I'll just think about which class people are wanting more, and I'll create a class. But every month I do have all 3 skills once a month, and then either tint, PPF, or vinyl wrap
really
once a month.
And I know your classes get sold out really fast, as you know, you want personal attention to them. Are you thinking about online classes so you know that we all over the world, like in Malaysia, can learn from you?
I would love to go to Malaysia and visit with you guys.
Oh, yes, once the pandemic is over, we would be great to have you over. Okay. Yeah, I know. I think you would love it here.
I would love that. I really would love that.
Well. Okay, Malaysia is all about food. We just love our food. That's why we put on so much weight. Oh, okay, so let's see some of the the questions that people have, right? So one of the questions that they have is, can Gluoff be used on home tints and window tints in offices or homes?
Well, you can use Gluoff on automotive. You can use Gluoff on house tint. You can also use Gluoff on commercial. Behind Gluoff is used. Well, it was created specifically for tint, but the more I use it, the more I'm finding.
That's super amazing. I mean, we use it for a host of other things as well. But the next question that comes in, I'm not sure if you've done it before, but does it work for wallpapers?
That's a tough one, Fiona. Is it for wallpaper? I would love for somebody to give me a testimony if they have, though.
Viewers out there, if you have used it on wallpaper, remember to drop Bernice or me, Fiona, a message. Okay, so
awesome.
We have one on, can we use Gluoff on boats?
Absolutely you can. Normally there's a lot of junk and stuff that's stuck to the boat at the bottom. But I've taken some stuff off, like it's kind of blackish. I don't know, but pretty much anything sticky, Gluoff works really good for.
So things like, you know, when you purchase clothes and then there's like a sticky sticker there, you know, you can use Gluoff just to remove that little glue, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Does it work on fabrics? We haven't tried it, but maybe you have.
Well, I tried cleaning gum off the carpet. One time it worked, one time it didn't. The time that it worked better is when the gum was warm and it was hot out here. We also cleaned up Crayola inside a car, you know, where you open the door, the little door pockets. Some kids had left the colors there and they melted out, and I had a stick and I was poking at it. And for some reason, the Gluoff got it out. So I sprayed it, I left it, I walked away, and I went to go do something. I came back, and I got the stick, and I popped it off. I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. So I was super excited about that.
That reminds me, I do have some melted crayons in my car that I will need to look into. I kind of give up on certain parts of my car, and I go like, blind eye, I can't see that. Right. Okay. Last question. I know you addressed this during your demonstration, where you are talking about heater things. What's that thing called? Yeah, the heating elements. Correct.
The heating elements.
So it's safe on heating elements. I understand.
Yes, ma'am. It's safe on heat. Is the main reason why I came up with. Many times people like to use, well, they want the easy way out, so they use the razor blade on the heating elements, which is no good, because if this person travels to a colder climate, they cannot defog the glass, because the heating elements won't work anymore after that. So with Gluoff, I use a white scrubby, and the white scrubby plus the Gluoff cleans it right up, and it does not even damage the heating elements, doesn't damage the fabric. It does not damage the deck lid area that holds the speakers. And it might leave a little bit of cloudiness. So always, always, always have Glass Plus in your back pocket. IGL saves the day every time.
It's like a superhero in a bag or in your pocket.
Right?
We have like so many products, like existing and new products, that we find so useful, and for things that we didn't even knew that it would be useful for. Like, for example, my kids, since we are at home all the time due to the MCO, their hands are so grubby and they're like so oily on all surfaces. So I use pre-coat to make sure that all of the oils are off. They are so grubby. They are terrifying. Okay, right. So, Bernice, would you like to share with us anything else as we are almost coming to the end of our life?
Well, I think that everyone who attends my classes will get a free glue off. What do you think, Fiona?
I think they will get a free glue off,
and
experience for life, and a great big hug.
Definitely a hug. I love to hug. Hopefully I don't have anybody who doesn't want a hug. So yeah, I do give that to my students because, you know, I appreciate you guys and what y'all have done for me. And I also want to share my gifts with my students, and my greatest gift to tinters is obviously the glue off. So I make sure that all my students get a glue off because it's a really, not just special to me, but if you're a tinter, it's going to be special to you.
Definitely. All right. So we are at the end.
Right.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you have any further questions, drop them into the comments. We and Bernice will send it to it. And of course, it is International Women's Month. Do you have any wishes or anything to say to all the women out there?
You know what? Women are very strong. And I don't think many women realize how strong they are. You know, I accept that this is a man's world and what we do in our industry, but I will not accept defeat. And I always try to beat the odds. And I could tell you guys some stories of some of the odds that I beat in life. So I know, women, we are resilient. Believe in yourself, and that's all you need. The belief in yourself will get you through anything. It will get your kids through anything. And always give yourself an extra skill, because if you're leaving your professional job and you have that extra skill, doesn't matter what it is, find a skill that's going to always make you money. I found mine in the automotive industry, and I pray that many women who are struggling today find their purpose in life and find that skill that helps them prosper.
That is an amazing tip. Yes, I think so. Skills are something that we need, and I think women are so strong, and they just do. If we don't complain, I mean, sometimes we bitch, you know, but we just do it.
Yeah.
And I know your story about your one tuna can. Do you remember that? You shared that, and it changed me. It was like,
wow, I didn't know you knew that.
You shared it, and I was like, Bernice, you went through so much. I think you should share it again. I know it's about you were down and you only had one can of tuna and I think some crackers.
I had a loaf of bread, one can of tuna, and luckily my son was still breastfeeding and my daughter was 2 years old. So I don't know, but we made that can of tuna last us for 4 days. And I mostly ate what my child was able to eat. And I thought, I will never, ever allow myself to experience this again. And if I can help any women out there, please, please reach out to me, because I love helping women. I love helping men. I don't judge, because everybody, not everybody, a lot of people nowadays with this pandemic are struggling. And I want to help change that. I want to help pull you out of that pandemic. And if we don't believe we're victims, we believe anything.
Oh, I just got all fuzzy. No, I know it's tough. Some people are having it really tough. They don't have enough access to food or water. And I'm so glad I see a lot of IGL family out there assisting and doing what they can to help out, right? And I'm so happy that I know you shared when I met you in 2019 that you like to give Christmas presents to your grandchildren and your children. And you were able to bring them to Disneyland. That really stuck with me because I really wanted to go to Disneyland. And we managed to go just before the COVID, thank goodness. But yes, it has changed lives around the world. I know Gluoff because it saves so much time and it makes life so much easier. It is actually creating so much more revenue for detailers, for PPF installers, and IGL installers worldwide. Okay, right. So thank you, Bernice. Thank you for being here today. We hope to have you back again, maybe for a training, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm not sure how to end this. Team, could you let me know how we do this? Because I only know how to go on. Okay, all right, they say thank you. Follow us on our social media. Don't forget to like this video, and according to my children's YouTube videos, subscribe. I'm just kidding. Right, okay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks, Bernice, and have a great day. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.